Welcome to Informed Tourist. This is Curtis, your traveling guru. Florida's sun-soaked beaches and neon-lit nightlife attract millions, but did you know it's also one of the top states for tourist accidents and fatalities? You thought you were booking paradise. But are you stepping into a tourist death trap? Today, we're exposing the Sunshine State's most unexpected hazards. Stick around for one secret strategy that could dramatically lower your risk. Most tourists never hear about it until it's too late. Miami Beach, where endless white sands meet the turquoise shimmer of the Atlantic, and the city pulses with a nightlife that never seems to sleep. It's a place that feels like a dream, where every sunrise promises adventure and every sunset brings the city to life in neon. From the iconic pastel lifeguard towers to the palm-lined boulevards, Miami Beach is the picture of paradise for millions of visitors each year. But beneath this postcard-perfect surface, a different reality lurks, one that most tourists never see until it's too late. Miami Beach consistently ranks among the most dangerous cities in the country for pedestrian accidents. The reasons are as complex as the city itself. Fast-moving cars, a constant stream of bikes and scooters weaving through traffic, and distracted tourists all fighting for space on crowded streets. The energy that makes Miami Beach so exciting can also make it unpredictable, even hazardous. Crosswalks here often feel more like suggestions than rules. Tourists, lost in the moment or glued to their phones, step out into traffic without a second thought. At night, the risks multiply. The city's legendary nightlife draws crowds that spill onto the roads, blurring the lines between sidewalk and street. Add alcohol to the mix and you get a recipe for impulsive decisions and risky behavior. It's not just about being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's about how quickly a fun night can turn dangerous. Rental scooters are everywhere, offering a quick and fun way to get around. But for many, it's their first time riding in heavy traffic. Inexperienced riders, unfamiliar with the rules of the road, often find themselves dodging cars, pedestrians, and other scooters. The result? Near misses and sometimes serious accidents. And then there's the heat. Miami's tropical climate doesn't let up even after dark. The humidity can be stifling and dehydration sneaks up fast, especially if you're out partying or exploring for hours on end. Many visitors underestimate how quickly the combination of sun, alcohol, and activity can take a toll on their bodies. The ocean, with its inviting blue waves, is another hidden danger. Rip currents here are strong, unpredictable, and often invisible until you're caught in one. Lifeguards are always on alert, but even their vigilance can't prevent every emergency. Every year, unsuspecting swimmers, many of them tourists, find themselves swept out to sea, caught off guard by the power of the water. The beauty of Miami Beach makes it easy to let your guard down. But that's exactly when accidents happen. The ocean demands respect, no matter how calm it looks from the shore. The real danger, though, is the relentless mashup of people and vehicles, all moving in different directions with different priorities. Every intersection becomes a high-stakes negotiation, where a moment's distraction can have serious consequences. Overlooked hazards, like a scooter zipping by or the effects of dehydration, can turn a night of fun into a nightmare in seconds. It's a city where everyone is in motion, and the pace never slows down. Even the ocean, which looks so peaceful from the sand, hides its own threats. Rip currents are a real and present danger, and warning signs are posted for a reason. Miami Beach is compelling because it's both beautiful and risky, a place where the line between paradise and peril is razor thin. Staying alert isn't just good advice, it's essential for making the most of your time here. One moment you're soaking up the sun and loving life, the next you're dodging a speeding car or being pulled from the surf by a lifeguard. The Instagram photos capture the fun, the beauty, and the excitement, but they rarely show the risks that come with it. Behind every perfect vacation shot is a reality that can turn your dream trip into a nightmare if you're not careful. It's easy to get swept up in the excitement and forget that safety should always come first. But don't let these warnings scare you away. Miami Beach is still one of the world's most vibrant and unforgettable destinations. With a little awareness and some smart choices, you can enjoy everything this city has to offer without falling into the classic tourist traps. Later, I'll share my best tips for staying safe while having the time of your life. But first, let's head north, where another city awaits, with its own unique blend of beauty, excitement, and surprises. Fort Lauderdale, the Venice of America, is famous for its canals and luxury yachts, but it's also buckling under the weight of its own popularity. Overcrowding here isn't just annoying, it's a real safety issue. Millions of tourists and thousands of rental cars create gridlock, especially during peak season. Add in aging drivers and confused tourists, and accidents are inevitable. The city's infrastructure can't keep up. Roads under construction, detours everywhere, and GPS that sends you in circles. Crossing a street near Las Olas Boulevard during spring break? Pure mayhem. Beaches are packed, Lifeguards are stretched thin, and help can be slow to arrive. Public transport is unreliable, leaving tourists stranded or frustrated. The pressure to see and do everything can cloud your judgment and lead to risky decisions. Even locals admit, Fort Lauderdale can be exhausting during peak season. The real danger comes when overwhelm turns to distraction. That's when accidents happen. Is it worth visiting? Absolutely, if you're prepared. In a minute, I'll share tips for beating the crowds and staying safe. But first, let's talk about a city exploding with growth and problems. Tampa is booming, but rapid growth brings real safety risks. The city's skyline is dotted with cranes, and new buildings seem to pop up overnight. But beneath this shiny exterior, Tampa faces a set of challenges that can catch both residents and visitors off guard. As more people flock to the city for its sunshine, job opportunities, and vibrant culture, the infrastructure is struggling to keep pace. This rapid expansion means more cars on the road, more construction zones, and more confusion for everyone trying to get from point A to point B. Tampa's roads are among the deadliest for pedestrians, confusing layouts, weird intersections, and misleading signage trip up tourists. Even locals sometimes find themselves second-guessing which lane to be in or how to safely cross a street. The city's patchwork of old and new roads creates a maze that's difficult to navigate, especially for those unfamiliar with the area. Heavy, unpredictable traffic mixes locals and out-of-towners in a stew of frustration and near misses. With so many people relying on GPS, sudden lane changes and last-minute turns are common. Add in delivery trucks, ride shares, and distracted drivers, and every commute becomes a test of patience and reflexes. Florida storms can turn roads into rivers in seconds, and hurricane season brings chaos. Evacuations clog highways, and tourists unfamiliar with routes get caught in the crush. Flash floods can strand cars, and sudden downpours reduce visibility to almost nothing. When a hurricane threatens, the scramble to leave town can lead to gridlock, with families stuck for hours and emergency vehicles struggling to get through. The city's infrastructure can't keep up. Old roads, bridges needing repairs, and new developments outpacing planning. Construction is everywhere, but repairs often lag behind the city's growth. Detours and sudden road closures are a daily headache, and some neighborhoods are left with crumbling streets while new luxury condos rise nearby. Pedestrian fatalities are a grim reality. Each memorial by the roadside is a stark reminder of the risks people face just trying to cross the street. Families and communities are left grieving, and the city continues to search for solutions. Don't jaywalk, don't assume cars will stop, and always pay attention, even in daylight. Crosswalks aren't always respected, and distracted drivers can miss even the most obvious signals. It's up to everyone, drivers and pedestrians alike, to stay alert and cautious. Tourists come for beaches and nightlife, but aren't prepared for the logistical headaches and real risks of getting around. Many expect a laid-back vacation, only to find themselves navigating confusing streets, dodging traffic, and struggling to find safe places to walk. The city's charm can quickly fade when you're lost or stuck in a jam. Even beautiful spots like Bay Shore Boulevard can be dangerous. Speeding cars are a constant threat. It's a favorite for joggers and cyclists, but the lack of barriers and high speeds mean everyone needs to be extra careful. The view is stunning, but safety should always come first. Medical emergencies are another hidden risk. Hospitals get overwhelmed during big events or disasters, and confusion can cost precious time. When accidents happen, every minute counts. But traffic and crowded ERs can delay care. It's a challenge the city is still working to solve. Tampa is a city of contrasts, rapid growth, beautiful views, and real dangers just beneath the surface. The city's energy is undeniable, but so are the risks that come with its transformation. For every postcard-perfect sunset, there's a story of someone caught off guard by the city's growing pains. The good news? You can still enjoy Tampa, if you know how to navigate the chaos. With a little preparation, some local advice, and a healthy dose of caution, you can make the most of everything the city has to offer while staying safe. Next, let's visit a place that feels safe until you step outside the theme park gates. Tampa's attractions are world-class, but the journey there and back can be an adventure all its own. Orlando is the world's theme park capital. Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, all promising magic, wonder, and above all, safety. These parks are designed to make you feel like you've stepped into another world, where every detail is carefully controlled and every risk seems managed. The moment you pass through those gates, it's easy to believe you're in a place where nothing can go wrong. But outside the park gates, the illusion fades. Florida heat is relentless, pressing down on visitors from the moment they step out of their cars. The sun here is unforgiving, and the humidity can sap your energy before you even make it to the entrance. Theme parks keep you moving, but hours in line under the sun can lead to dehydration and heat exhaustion. Even the most enthusiastic families find themselves wilting as they wait for their favorite rides, and the excitement can quickly turn to discomfort. It's not just about being uncomfortable. Heat-related illnesses can sneak up on you, especially when you're distracted by the fun. Medical emergencies spike in summer, and outside the parks, care can be hard to find. Inside, there are first aid stations and staff trained to help. But once you leave, you're often on your own. Many visitors underestimate how quickly a fun day can turn into a medical crisis, especially for young children or older adults. Tourist exhaustion is real. Trying to do it all leaves you running on fumes, and that's when mistakes happen. After a long day, families stumble out of the parks, barely able to keep their eyes open, sometimes forgetting where they parked or losing track of their belongings. Fatigue makes you more vulnerable to accidents, both inside and outside the parks. Orlando's roads are some of the most dangerous in Florida, especially for tired, distracted out-of-town drivers. The highways swell with rental cars, shuttle buses, and locals all trying to get home. Navigating these roads after a long day at the parks can be overwhelming, and accidents are all too common. Rental cars and confusing GPS directions can land you in unfamiliar neighborhoods or endless traffic. It's easy to take a wrong turn and find yourself far from the safety of the tourist zone, especially when you're tired and just want to get back to your hotel. Road rage, impatience, and exhaustion are a dangerous mix. Tempers flare in the heat, and a simple traffic jam can escalate quickly. For many visitors, this is their first taste of real Florida stress, and it can catch them off guard. Thunderstorms roll in almost every afternoon. Florida is the lightning capital of the U.S., and rides shut down with little warning. The sky can go from clear to ominous in minutes, sending crowds scrambling for cover. Lightning strikes are a real threat, and sudden downpours can flood walkways and parking lots. Outside the parks, wildlife is a real risk. Snakes, alligators, even bears. Many visitors are surprised to learn how close these animals can get to populated areas. A simple walk near a pond or a shortcut through a wooded area can bring you face to face with Florida's wild side. The illusion of safety is powerful, but it can be dangerous. When you're surrounded by fairy tales and friendly mascots, it's easy to let your guard down. But the real world is never far away, even in the happiest place on earth. It's easy to forget basic precautions when you're surrounded by magic. Kids dart off to chase characters, adults get lost in the spectacle, and everyone assumes someone else is paying attention. Distraction is the biggest danger of all. Orlando is a city like any other, with its own risks and challenges. Beyond the theme parks, it's a bustling urban area with crime, traffic, and all the unpredictability of any major city. Tourists sometimes forget that, lulled by the fantasy just a few miles away. So, as you plan your next trip, remember, the fun doesn't cancel out the dangers. Preparation is key. Research the area, know where to find help, and don't assume that just because you're on vacation nothing bad can happen. A little caution goes a long way. Stay hydrated, take breaks, and keep your wits about you, especially once you step outside the bubble. Listen to your body, watch out for each other, and don't let excitement override common sense. Your safety depends on it. But what about places that look safe even from the outside? Gated resorts and quiet neighborhoods can give a false sense of security. Sometimes, the most peaceful-looking places hide the biggest surprises. Let's head to the west coast of Florida, where hidden dangers lurk in the calmest corners. Even paradise has its risks, and knowing what to watch for can make all the difference. Naples looks like peaceful paradise. Quiet streets, upscale shops, tranquil beaches. But beneath the calm, Naples faces serious natural threats. Hurricanes are a major risk. Storm surges can flood neighborhoods in minutes. Evacuation is tough. Few main roads out, and traffic grinds to a halt when everyone tries to leave at once. Flooding isn't just a hurricane problem. Even heavy rain can fill streets and basements fast. Insurance costs are skyrocketing, and tourists renting homes may not realize properties aren't fully protected. The beaches may look calm, but rip currents are a hidden threat. Lifeguards are few, so swimmers are often on their own. Infrastructure is aging. Power outages and overwhelmed water systems are common after storms. Wildlife is another factor. Alligators, snakes, and even panthers roam the outskirts. The population skews older, making evacuations and emergencies more complex. Naples may look like the safest place in Florida, but appearances can be deceiving. With the right preparation, you can enjoy Naples. Just don't let your guard down. In a moment, I'll reveal a simple strategy to help you avoid these hidden dangers and travel smarter anywhere in Florida. Here's the secret. The best way to lower your risk in Florida is to avoid peak density times. Travel in the shoulder season, skip major holidays, and always check weather and crowd reports. Plan your routes, research your accommodations, and don't hesitate to change plans if something feels off. Most tourists ignore this advice until it's too late. Have you experienced Florida's hidden chaos, or was your trip smooth? Let me know in the comments and suggest our next destination. Thanks for watching Informed Tourist. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe. It's free and helps support the channel. Want more travel insights? Click here for our next video.